Okay, good morning, everyone. I'd like to open this meeting of Polk County Board of Commissioners, June 10th, 2026. All commissioners present. Extra agendas are on the table at the entrance and announcements are on them. Looking forward first for comments not on this agenda. Anybody like to address the board for comments not on this agenda? Hearing none. Looking for approval of agenda.
So moved. Mr. Chair, before we consider a motion, I'd like to pull item G from consent to consider it for next week. I'd like a little more time to review the agreement. Certainly not opposed to the project or the agreement as such, but would prefer a little more time.
And which item is that on the
It's consent item G.
consent of G? Okay. So I have no problem pulling that. We just got it for review. So we'll postpone that one for next week.
I'll move to approve the agenda as amended. Sorry.
Go ahead. I'll second.
Okay, it's been moved and second. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes. So now approve of the new agenda.
We just did that.
Oh, we just did that.
Yeah, that's
Okay, approval of minutes from June 3rd, 2026.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes unanimous. Approve consent calendar.
So moved.
And I'll second.
It's been moved and seconded.
As
All those in favor, please say aye. As amended. Yeah, thank you. Motion passed unanimous. That brings us to length of service award. Mr. Matt Hawkins.
Good morning, Mr. Chair, members of the board. We do have one employee that we would like to recognize today. He is unable to be here, but we still want to recognize him on the record. And that is Sergeant Michael Louderback with the Sheriff's Office. We want to recognize him for 10 years of service to Polk County.
Thank you, Michael. That brings us to the public hearing, operating fare levy. Mr. Greg Hansen.
Mr. Chair, members of the board, we're here today to consider putting an operating levy or local option tax, however you want to refer to it as, for the Polk County Fairgrounds and Events Center to be put on the November 3rd, 2026 election. The levy is in the amount of 12 cents per thousand of assessed value with a 5-year duration. It will address projects including electrical needs, the roof, the interior and exterior parking lot, the HVAC in multiple buildings, the exterior of the main building, and technological upgrades. But you're here for the public hearing, which is a requirement that you have and hold one prior to moving this forward to put on the ballot and deliver to the clerk. Do you have any questions?
Any questions for commissioners?
Nope.
Okay, so at this time, I'd like to open it for public comment. So, and I think we're going to open for those that are opposing this levy first. So is there any public comment opposing putting this levy on the November ballot? I'll ask one more time. Is there anybody opposed like this? I know, I think you might get shot if you walked up here right now. Okay, well, poor choice of words. So at this point in time, I'd like to open up for those in support of this. And if somebody's stating, has already stated what you want to state, there's no sense repeating what we've already know. We all know the fairgrounds is, we're going to pass this levy or the fairgrounds is going to close. We understand the 700 events, the value that brings, the 800,000 raised at the youth auction, and just what it provides for our communities and the evacuation center. So we're all aware of that. But if anybody would like to come up and testify in support of putting the levy on the November ballot, now is your time. You'd have 3 minutes. Okay.
I got candy, so I don't choke up this time.
Name and address again for the record.
Joan Bostrom, 14920 Ferns Corner Road. I stopped and got gas and $100 worth for half a tank. And I asked the attendant, what do you think about this shutdown of Polk County Fairgrounds? She said, well, I haven't been there in a long time, but it's one of the few things that Polk County people have as a recreation area. And then she said something I hadn't even thought about. In a natural disaster, we have a central place to go possibly. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else? Come on up. Give me your name and address for the record, please.
Okay, my name is Deb Dar and my address is 3550 Sample Road, Falls City, Oregon. And I hope that I'm not repeating anything that someone else has said, but I just thought I'd like to share that you probably know how long the Polk County Fair has been around, since I believe it's 1924, and that's a long time for a little town county fair. My family has personally been involved with the fair for over 42 years. We are exhibitors for open class, 4-H. All our children went from here to here with 4-H. And I'm a superintendent. I've been for two divisions. Also, I am a vendor at the Polk County Flea Market. But what I personally feel is the Polk County Fair keeps our county going. Many people I've talked to, and I've done a lot of talking lately about the fair, they feel that the fair is it, and that's all that happens, that they are so wrong. If a person looks into all the services that takes place throughout the year, I think people would be in awe of what happened. Many of the events happen with a lot of hoopla. They don't toot their own horn, but they get things done. It serves so many organizations that it would be impossible for me to name them all. But personally, the other thing I feel that's very important is the Christmas cheer is held at Polk County Fair. Many of our community people depend on that. I can personally say that some of my family look forward to the Christmas cheer because they didn't have a lot of money. Were wondering what they were going to do for their children for Christmas. And that event pulled through for them and made their Christmas a lot brighter. We face a lot of challenges today with our economy, and it's frightful to know what might happen. So I'm just so grateful that that event has taken place. And in closing, I'm just going to say an old cliche that you never miss your water until the well runs dry. And that's how I feel about Polk County Fair. Thank you.
Anyone else like to address the board? Rich? Name and address again, please.
Good morning. Good morning, Commissioners. I'm Richard Riggs. My address is 2410 Coho Avenue in West Salem. I'm a 20-year Polk County resident, and also you know me in my role as Regional Director for OSU Extension. I just want to go on the record saying that as a Regional Director, you know, for OSU Extension, you know the value. We've talked about the value of the fair to us and the fairgrounds, and we're pledging our support as an organization to help this levy be successful.
You're welcome. Anyone else? Okay, one last call. Anyone else like to address the board? I guarantee it has a chance. Okay. So we're going to close the public comment. Commissioners, thoughts?
I believe we're going to keep the public comment open for, into this evening.
It'll be-
Folks can also provide written comment or perhaps even add their names on the record in support of other commentators if they'd like their name on the record but don't want to speak. That's just a suggestion I have. But I'd like to continue hearing comment. Yeah.
And we're going to recess this meeting until this evening at 6 o'clock, and we'll reopen it for more public comment.
Mr. Chair, I will not be here tonight because I have another engagement, but I've been in support of this levy since the very first attempt, and will continue to be in support of it. And I think everybody knows my history, from a little guy to today and my support of the fairgrounds and everything that it represents. And I'm engaged with the PAC. And for all of the energy that you folks have to testify, I hope that you will bring some of that energy to the campaign, because that's where we need the most help. And tell your friends and neighbors, help us get the message out, and how important this is. I'm sad that we're in a place today based on our economy, Deb, for the challenges that we have, but this is where we are in Polk County. And we've seen this train coming for a long time based on our natural resource challenges that we should be getting taxes for, and all of the other tax problems that we have, which includes, of course, our costs of doing business. And nothing gets cheaper. And we're at a place where now this board and the future board have to make choices. They have to make decisions on where to prioritize your property tax dollars. And so since 70% of what our property taxes in our general fund cover is public safety, that tends to be the primary dominant thing that we have to focus on. So I just want to express to everybody, I'm sad that we have to be in a place like this. But hopefully it motivates our community to come up with other plans, other ideas, and that's happening. It's working. There are people coming forward and saying, well, what if we did this to help fund things for the future? It will definitely make a difference. So I appreciate all of you putting your energy into coming to these meetings and testifying and showing support. Nobody wants to pay more taxes. And I absolutely get that. I don't either. I wish I could reshuffle the deck and prioritize for myself what taxes I could pay. This definitely would be one of them. So, and there would be some others I would probably leave out. Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, do we have a need for executive session?
Yes, sir. The board will now meet in executive session pursuant to ORS 192-660 sub 2D and H to conduct deliberations with persons designated by the governing body to carry on labor negotiations and to consult with counsel concerning the legal rights and duties of a public body with regard to current litigation or litigation likely to be filed.
And so, let's see.